Exploring the opportunities AfCFTA offers is the focal point of the conversation here as small and medium-sized enterprises in Nigeria meet with experts in the trade space within the continent at this breakfast in Abuja.
A lot of our small businesses are not taking advantage of this agreement because they don't even know about the agreement. The awareness level is very low. So one of the things that we want to begin to do head on is to start to spread the gospel. And we can do this with a lot of advocacy. And I'm very thankful for UNDP for the work they're doing in terms of this sort of advocacy, and ECOWAS as well. I'm also very thankful to GIZ, who has also worked closely with us to putting together an MSME national conference that will be coming up later on in the year, so we can begin to make a lot of noise about this, but more importantly, getting a lot of people to implement this agreement.
We recognize the importance of regional trade, so our market focus was first on the ECOWAS sub-region, and then Africa before we even finance transactions outside Africa. So we've developed a product to support the regional trade, which we call ECOWAS Trade Support Facility, just to show that Nexim has been proactive in supporting African trade.
On July 7, 2019, Nigeria signed the Africa Continental Free Trade Area AfCFTA agreement, but senior trade experts at the AfCFTA Secretariat in Abuja insist more state-backed policies will promote the agreement, boost production and manufacturing, as well as trade generally.
It's the largest free trade area in the world and 1.4 billion people. And so this agreement, the African Continental Free Trade Area Agreement, is providing opportunities for us to be able to trade amongst ourselves as Africans, because Africa trades only 16.6%. When we begin to unpack what the agreement is, it's about job creation, it's about revenue creation, it's about prosperity of the African continent, and for the very first time for Africa to trade amongst itself. Now, what does it mean for small and medium-scale enterprise? Most of the time, and mainly in Africa here, SMEs are about 80% of businesses in our countries. And therefore, by empowering SMEs, we are actually creating opportunities for them, not only for jobs, but also to create opportunities for them to be able to connect to other parts of the region.
But the high cost of transporting goods across African nations continue to limit trade possibilities. Improving infrastructure such as rail transportation to make intra-Africa transportation easier is what experts here are canvassing.
And what we've seen from working with exporters and importers is that it is indeed easier to export to Europe. Even if you want to travel to Europe, it's easier to travel to Europe than to travel to African countries from Nigeria. And in some cases, it's even cheaper to travel to a European country than a neighboring African country. So one of the things that we have seen, and one of the things that we believe needs to be done, is investments into infrastructure that will connect the different African countries.
AfCFTA, which seeks to promote trade and stimulate Africa's socio-economic development, is regarded as the world's largest free trade area deal since the formation of the World Trade Organization. Mary Chinda, Rise News.